Hello everyone, this is Sarah with the York County Library. Welcome to another episode of Stay Creative York County. So in today's episode, I am going to be starting one of a few projects that I want to do, reusing book pages. So you may have those books around that you want to donate or that might not be in the best of condition to be able to donate, but you want to find something to be able to do with them. So I was at the library, and the Friends of the Library have a bin where they have free things for the public to take. One of those things was this dictionary. I saw it and I thought, I wonder what I could do with this. So today oh no, where'd it go? There it is. I will be making this ornament, and the background of it is using one of the pages from the dictionary. Now I only have it one-sided, but you could do two sides. You could change the silhouette in the middle, and you could also change the yarn at the top. So what you're gonna need to be able to make this is, I'm using this ornament that I got from Michael's. It is a sliced piece of wood that has a hole in the top. But if they had just a round piece of wood, or if you had your own piece of wood, you could sand it so that you don't get any splinters, and then use a drill to create a hole in the top and use your own yarn. And you could also use something like this. So you are going to need a wood base or a wood ornament base, or if you don't have wood, just something that has an ornament base that you can trace around. You're of course going to need some old book pages, so I have the dictionary here. You are going to need a pencil and some scissors. And for the silhouette on top, you're going to need some paper. I have some cardstock paper. Use any color that you would like. To adhere our pages to the wood and our silhouette to the dictionary page, and to seal it, I'm going to be using Mod Podge. I have a glossy one here, or you could use a matte. And to apply it, we're going to be using a paintbrush. I did use in this an X-Acto knife to help create or open up the hole at the top of the ornament. So you might use this, you may not use it. You may just be able to use the top of your scissors. And if you're going to be replacing the yarn at the top, or the string at the top, you may want your own yarn. So that's all you need to be able to do this project. So let's get into today's video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut the tag and also cut the piece of twine that they have on the top of the ornament off, because I am going to be putting the paper over the whole surface. You could find some pages that have pictures, or you could find words that you would like to put onto the ornament. I just wanted some text, no pictures, because I'll be doing the silhouette. So I have my page. I am going to put my ornament front face down and have the thing that I want on the front facing down as well. I'm going to trace around it with pencil and then cut out the shape from the book page. Now again, you could do this on the front and the back. You would just repeat the process. So now that I have it, I'm going to put it in place and kind of poke a hole so I know where the hole will be. I'm going to take my Mod Podge and put a layer down on the wood with my paintbrush. Try to make sure you reach the edges, but if you don't, we'll address that later. So I'm going to start by placing it and kind of rolling it down slowly. I'm going to use the handle of my scissors to burnish it down. And then once I've done this, I am going to check around the sides to see if I've missed any places and use my paintbrush to adhere some of the Mod Podge to the wood so the paper will stick. Again, using the handles of the scissors to press that down. Now this thin layer should dry pretty quickly, so I'm not going to wait for it to dry. I am going to go ahead and place my silhouette shape once I have all the edges ready to go. I also found I put a little bit of Mod Podge on my fingers because there was some overlap on the edges, and I just used that to kind of push them down and create a small layer over it. So now that I have that, just to make sure I'm making a heart that is big enough, I did outline the shape of the ornament and then outline the shape I wanted in the center inside. You could just freehand it without outlining the ornament. So now I'm going to cut that out. And to place it, I'm going to put a small layer of Mod Podge on the back. Put it down where I'd like it. And then once it is in place, I'll use the scissors to push it down. And to seal the entire thing in, I will use a layer of Mod Podge on top. I used the X-Acto knife to cut some of the paper at the top so that it would sit against the inside of the hole. You could also put a little Mod Podge on the edges there and let that dry before you put the yarn back inside. So now a thin layer on top. You could do this on the side if you'd like, but I'm just going to do it on the top. And you could repeat all of this on the other side as well. In that case, you would have to let each side dry. Now I'm just placing the yarn inside, tying it off, which I think was the most difficult part of this. And once we get that situated, we're done. And there we have our ornament, our little silhouette dictionary backed ornament. So I just chose a page that had words in the back. You could even choose ones that have images and just have that in the back. You could do a couple of things to customize this even further. You could paint one side if you just wanted it to be one-sided. You could do both sides. You could do the edge here in a metallic color. That would look pretty cool. You could, instead of putting something on top of here, you could draw something on here or write something on here, maybe in a paint pen. And you could also change what is up here. You could even put a little bead at the top if you wanted, or a little jingle bell. And you could also drill a hole in the bottom and connect some of them. Maybe even spell a word or just link the meaning of the pictures. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with this project. So friends, I hope that you found this project helpful. Hopefully this gives you something to do if you're feeling crafty and have a very old book around that isn't going to be able to be donated. But until next time, remember to stay safe and stay creative, York County.